Hey guys, me again on another slide that was a guideline for our presentation, and that was on improving culture. And indifference matters. One of the things that I really like about Ellen's book is she gives us tools at the end of every chapter that kind of help facilitate conversations. And so on this one, she explained until number 6 that in last parts of chapter 6 the importance of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, as I will go over here, are she listed as 5 kind of key things, components to help facilitate and also know who we are, so that using self-reflection can help us actually know what we're talking about. And if we don't know what we're talking about, to at least be humble enough to accept not knowing and how to change either views to improve student life and even the people we interact with every day. So that is in knowing your own emotions and understanding people's emotions. So the first content was self-awareness, identify self-biases. As a teacher and as a person, I know that I've had to look at myself and wonder, why am I treating this kid differently? Is it because he has a different last name? I don't know. Sometimes kids, even I've interviewed and said, well, this teacher treats me like this because they think I'm like my brother. And so kids get put into boxes because of maybe one kid or the sibling is horrible or, has behavioral issues. And then the other one's an angel. But then it's easy sometimes for teachers and adults to categorize. So knowing your self-biases, knowing your learning emotional strengths and your weaknesses, especially because if you can't handle being wrong or being right to just overly doing it, it can really end a conversation, ruin relationships, and that kind of stuff. So knowing your own emotional strengths, how do your emotions impact your attitudes? Like I was saying, having emotional strengths leads right into how your attitude adjusts based on your emotional feelings. So they kind of intertwine together, which leads to the next one, self-regulation. Recognize what you're feeling, because when you know you're angry, sometimes, even myself, I know that I better just probably stop talking, maybe take a break, go to my garage. Even with my wife, I have a garage where I can go take a break and just kind of, relax and let go for a little bit, and then think about what I want to say. Like it's the next part of it of self-regulation. Think before you speak, because words do impact adult lives, student lives, anybody's life. And those are hard to take back. I know they say sticks and stones, may break your bones, but words will never hurt me. But they do, and especially for little kids and adolescents. And then responding appropriately. As teachers, as adults, and as a parent, I do have to respond to my kids appropriately, because the way I respond is eventually how they're going to respond in social interactions. And then motivation, action oriented, knowing that I've done something wrong. Am I going to do something to fix it, or am I just going to be comfortable with what I did, what I said, and who I hurt? So being action oriented and being able to fix that. Setting goals, I've done that, and we have to do that personally as teachers, setting goals for ourselves to either understand another culture, a student, or even ourselves, and then pursue improvement, which is part of that, setting goals and moving on to the next step of not just settling for who I am right now, but knowing that I want to be better and continuing to prove that. And then most importantly, one of Alan's tools is this week is empathy for chapter 6, and that's huge for just worldwide respecting of other people, and that's understanding someone's feelings, where they come from. If you don't know what it's like to walk in their shoes, don't pretend to know. Active listening. So when you don't know, that's when you active listen and just really take in the information, because even taking in information has an impact on future encounters with somebody that might be in that similar situation. And then not judging. That's another key component to just human interaction. It's easy to judge somebody because of the way they look, the way they talk, or because they're holding a sign up by Safeway and not understanding their own life or story. But it's a person that's there, they're living and trying to survive in this world. So that's a really key component of just humanity, is empathy. And then lastly, having social skills, building, and this is what everything, all this puts together, is building meaningful relationships. When you can do all of these four other components to Alan's tools, you will have built meaningful relationships. You will be building your own emotional intelligence. And not just that, but the people that we interact with, the students we interact with, will also have the benefit of strengthening their emotional intelligence by the experiences that we share, and then the ones that they share with us. And then lastly, the most important is having a growth mindset. Anybody who has a fixed mindset really stays stuck, and not being able to be humbled by old views, new views, being wrong, whatever it is, having a growth mindset and moving on and improving ourselves will only help improve the people around us. Thank you again for this part of the slide, improving culture, and thank you for listening.